I'm not even going to sugarcoat this one. No cameras, no extra lights, anything like that. I just whipped out my iPhone here in my bedroom after watching what I would consider maybe the most pathetic Michigan football game I have ever seen. I mean, you lose to Illinois 21-7. This team in general is just not the same team. I mean, we know it's not the same team, but like this is just not a Michigan football team. Sherrone Moore looks just absolutely in over his head. He's not good at making in-game coaching decisions. He has no sense of rhythm. He doesn't understand game strategy. I mean, you're kicking a field goal down 14 points, a minute left in the third quarter. For what? For what? Did you think you had a chance to come back and score another 2 times? I mean, it was just pathetic performance all out. That first half, I mean, up until like the last 5 or 6 minutes of the second quarter, it was the worst first half I've ever seen in my entire life. Jack Tuttle's not a quarterback, okay? By the way, I've got no script here, so it's just going to be me thinking. I'm going to look down at some of the tweets I sent out through this game, maybe some of my early notes because I was taking them, just kind of stopped in the middle of the third quarter. But this is a team coming out of the bye week, okay? You had to prepare out of a bye week. You had an extra week to prepare, and you turn in one of the most pathetic performances in the history of this program. I mean, you're going to say, okay, what about Brady Hoke? Okay, what about Rich Rod? I guess, but you know what those teams didn't have that this one did? How about championship DNA is one, but not even just that. It is those teams didn't have first-round talent all over the place, right? So you've got 2 first-round talent defensive tackles. People are saying Josiah Stewart could be a first-round talent on the defensive end position. You, of course, have Colson Loveland, first-round talent. You've got you got Will Johnson, first-round talent, top 5 pick in the NFL draft talent, and you're rolling out Jack Tuttle to be the quarterback, okay? This team, I saw this from my guy, Prad Heap on Twitter. I just like exactly what he says. This Michigan football team, it's at Neo Avatara. He says, the problem that Michigan football has is they are now the exact opposite of last year's team. And I can't say this any better. This is the exact opposite of last year's team. He says, undisciplined, poorly coached. And these are the 2 that really hit home. This team has no identity, and this program has no culture. Sherrone Moore owns that, and he will have to fix it fast. This reminds me of 2008 Michigan football. But if you go back and look at those games, they were pathetic. They sucked. They weren't anything that we all wanted to watch, and it was just a shock coming off of, the Lloyd Carr years, national title in 97, Tom Brady, the down year, 2001 wasn't great, 2002, okay, then 03, 04 were great, 06 was great until the end, 07 kind of stunk, but you ended with a win over Tim Tebow and Urban Meyer, and you turn around in 2008, you kind of lose all those guys, 16, 17 starters from 07 to 08. This is that team. And the fact that Jack Tuttle was rolled out again he was rolled out as quarterback for the first time today, and we all saw what he had. And there's a reason he's been in college for 7 years. The kid is going to turn, and I'm not joking here, he will be 26 years old the weekend of the NFL draft, right? He turns 26, not 23, not 24, 25, 26. He's in his 7th year of college, and I think this is his 3rd start at quarterback. Now, why do you think that is? If someone was in college football playing for 7 seasons and has started 3 games, and this is the first one technically by merit because the other 2 games he started at Indiana were just because their starting quarterback, who I think was Michael Penix, was injured, and started a game by merit, by earning it, right? But again, he was still the 3rd quarterback they went to, maybe because of injury, etc. But it's clear that he's not even a smidge better than Alex Orji, maybe even at throwing the ball, which is insane to say because that's supposed to be what he could do better than Orji. Orji runs the ball, can't throw. Tuttle runs a little bit, but could throw, but he clearly cannot throw the ball. I don't know, I mean, where does this program go? Do they go back to Davis Warren? Warren looked a hell of a lot more competent. It's not like Tuttle's not turning the ball over, right? Just looking this way, getting hit this way, fumbling the ball. Donovan Edwards fumbling the ball. The interceptions were so pathetic. They were so junior varsity level. The one at the end of Loveland, it's like They're like, oh, we didn't see him ever. Of course he didn't see him because he's a terrible quarterback. He has absolutely no awareness of where to throw the ball. That's why he's never played. It's pretty clear why he didn't see the guy at the end of the game. It's because he has never played the game. He's played 3 starts in the last 7 years. You even have any idea how to comprehend that, why he hasn't played. And this is who Michigan goes to. He shouldn't be in college anymore. I said it on Twitter, grow up, Jack. Go get a damn job for once. You're not a college football player. And we saw why today. So just blowing smoke up our ass to think that anything was going to be better with Jack Tuttle because he came in and Michigan scored a few touchdowns against Washington after they benched Alex Orji. But I'll go back to Kirk Campbell. I mean, the offensive game plan sucks. This team has no identity in offense. They frankly don't really have much of an identity on defense either, but I can't really put the blame on the defense at this point because the offense is so bad. What more can the defense do? I think Wink Martindale has kind of stink Martindale, but even if he was lights out, even if it was Jesse Minter back here, what would happen with this team? I don't think the defense could do much better at this point because how bad the offense is. And then let's not even talk about special teams. Let's not even talk about some of the most pathetic special teams I've ever seen in my life, okay? You get, I don't know where the order of this here is, but like Tommy Doman, all of a sudden, he's going to be an all Big Ten, all-American level punter. He can't punt the ball anymore. He cannot punt the ball anymore. He's shanking off his foot left and right. He stunk a couple weeks ago. He's been stinking all year. What's going on with that? And then later, Doman, right, in the third quarter, he just gets a perfectly snapped ball and just shanks the hole. And then so Michigan has to kind of kick the ball low and boom, gets blocked. And then Illinois fakes a punt, which absolutely embarrasses Michigan football. And I said, as a coach, it's embarrassing for the coaching when they not only fake the punt, but they fake it so easy. Like Michigan, it didn't even cross the Michigan player's mind, didn't even cross the coaching staff's mind that this could be a fake here. And people on Twitter were chirping me saying like, oh, James, it's not the coaching fault. I've seen Nick Saban, I've seen Urban Meyer, I've seen Bill Belichick gets fooled on fake punts. Cool. Well, if Michigan had any coaching strategy the rest of the damn game, then you might give them a pass on that. But there was no strategy. There's no attention to detail. You don't think about the little things. Sherrone Moore doesn't know how to manage a clock. He doesn't know how to manage a defense. He doesn't know how to run a hurry-up offense. He doesn't know how to maybe whisper in some players' ears, whether him or his deep special teams coordinator is like, hey, watch for the fake. Watch for the fake. It's pathetic. Name me. Get down in the comments. Sound off in the comments. I'm not going to do a normal show here. This is raw. I said on Twitter again, you want to go check me out on Twitter with my thoughts. I was tweeting up a storm at James Yoder. I'm going back to 2017 Yoder. I'm going back to 2019 Yoder, where I was just absolutely at my wit's end with the play of this program because I know they could do better. And guess what? They could. Okay? Save me the Connor Stallions bullshit. This team developed players. They developed an identity. They developed a philosophy how to win the game on offense, on defense, had some of the best special teams in all of football. There is not a coach on this staff, in my opinion, that deserves to be back next year. And frankly, right now, that includes Sherrone Moore. He looks like he's over his head. He looks like he was a convenient and easy hire for Ward Manuel to make after Jim Harbaugh. And I don't see how things are going to change, right? It's not like they're crushing recruiting and, scam Webb saying they're going to get Bryce Underwood. Yeah, right. Not going to happen. Webb's career is going to be over at that. Just going to go back and say, as I'm just kind of ranting here, go back in some of my tweets here. By the way, I did tweet this. I said, as God's my witness, I'm going to find a way to infect every Michigan football player with COVID for the next 6 weeks. That's how I feel at this point, right? I don't want to see this team play a game. I also said, and I was trying to be nice about this, I don't want to say I hate this 2024 Michigan football team, but I'm not going to deny it either. No comment. All right, it's tough to see you hate 22, 21, 19, 20-year-old players, but they play like shit. They play right now like they don't care, and these coaches play like they aren't putting in the time, aren't putting the effort, aren't putting in the work. There's no identity, okay? If you don't have the talent, which you do, give me an identity. Do something and do it good and do it right. They don't do it on offense. They don't do it on defense. They don't do it on special teams. Jack Tuttle stinks. Alex Orji can't throw the football. And these coaches sat there with their smug little faces. Sherrone Moore said it. Kirk Campbell said it. They said, we don't need a quarterback, right? This is back in April and the spring transfer portal is open. We feel good with the guys that we have on the field. Oh, really? Oh, you do? You really felt good with the guys on the roster back in April? Because let me tell you what, if I was in practice for the last 3 years prior to this year, which Sherrone Moore was, and then Kirk Campbell was, I think, 2 of those 3 years, right? and got promoted from, analyst to QB coach to OC now. And you see the way J.J. McCarthy played the football, and you see the way that Michigan was playing on offense. And then you look at those other players who were also in that practice. Jack Tuttle was there last year. Davis Warren's been there the last 3 years. Alex Orji, this is his third year in college football. So you know what J.J. McCarthy was. You see what these guys are in practice, and you are going to tell me straight to my face in spring practice and right now in your post-game damn press conference after this loss, after Washington loss, you're going to say, oh, we can win. We just need to pick up on the little things. The guy playing quarterback, whether it's Tuttle, whether it's Warren, whether it's Orji, that they can get the job done in somewhat of a similar fashion that J.J. McCarthy did in order to compete for championships. It is absolutely coaching malpractice to not have gone after a quarterback in the transfer portal under any circumstances, to not go after a quarterback in the transfer portal in the spring when J.J. McCarthy was already long gone, and you knew what you had, Sherrone Moore, you knew what you had, Kirk Campbell, and now Michigan fans are unfortunately have to find out about it by watching this program, which has just given us the best 3 years in the history of this program, turn into an absolute dumpster fire. And I don't even care to say it, and it's there. Another couple things just to rant on, just looking at some of my tweets. Jaden Davis. Now, he didn't make the trip today, so he wasn't going to go into the game, but I don't want to hear any of these people because I saw all the comments on Twitter and on Instagram and on YouTube a couple weeks ago, and I put the video. It's like, why isn't Jaden Davis playing? If he's not good enough to play, what does that tell us for the future? Oh, he said he was going to redshirt to develop. Oh, his parents want him to redshirt, blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what? He's on the roster. He's on the roster. Michigan's playing a home game next week against Michigan State. If Jaden Davis, who can still play in 4 games and keep his red shirt, if that's what they're trying to do, you're trying to save his red shirt for 2028? Are you kidding me? They're going to save his red shirt for 2028 when they don't have a functional quarterback on the roster right now that's been playing in games. If he doesn't get in the game next week, red shirt or not, whatever, what does that tell us about Jaden Davis? He should just transfer because he's not good enough to play here. If he can't play when what we've seen on the field is what the product that they're putting out, what does that say about him? He's not 15 years old or something like that. He is a freshman in college. And by the way, an old freshman in college, he's already 19, right? He turned 19 3 months ago. So it's not like he's some young freshman or something like that. He, frankly, based on the laws in the state of North Carolina, was held back a year because the cutoff is September 1. So he should actually be a sophomore in college based on that. But I digress. How about this? Why are you still starting Donovan Edwards at running back? Why isn't Clell Mullings, who's clearly the better running back in this offense, why isn't he the starting running back a year back to Donovan Edwards today? You make a bunch of changes, right? 3 new starters on the offensive line. Miles Hayden's hurts. Greg Crippen gets in there. And who's the guy? Andrew Gentry. They all stunk, right? Crippen stunk a bunch. Gentry was just getting beat left and right. Nothing that this coaching staff right now is doing is working. These players don't act like they care. These players don't give a shit. They don't understand. Maybe I'm not sure it. Maybe they give a shit, but they don't understand what they're supposed to be doing. And this is the antithesis of the Michigan football team that we just saw pull off the greatest 43-game run this program has ever seen, at least in modern times. I'm not going back to 1900. I'm not going back to Red Grange. I'm not painting my helmet a leather helmet to rededicate my stadium like Illinois did. I can't stand it anymore. I don't see a way they win more than 1 or 2 games of the rest of the season. You look at 6-6, maybe 5-7. Who knows, right? You might beat Northwestern. Maybe. You might beat Michigan State. Maybe next week. But if they lose that game, holy frigging hell. You got 2 first-year coaches, Jonathan Smith and Sherrone Moore. If Michigan State wins that game after the abomination that Michigan State program was last year, 49-0. It could have been 200-0 last year. I don't know what to tell you about the future of Michigan football. Comment below. Let me know what you guys want. Subscribe if you want. I don't give a shit anymore. This team is in a crucial point, and something has got to change because this season has completely gone off the rails. There's no playoffs happening. And frankly, when you look forward 2 or 3 weeks from now, I guess it's just 2, I think it's 2 weeks from now, Michigan's playing Oregon. Tell me that this program is not going to lose like 56-3 at the Big House and then go 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, play Ohio State and lose by the same score. It's pathetic. And I don't know. I don't have a bunch of optimism for the future of this program, at least with this current coaching staff. We'll see how it shakes out. Subscribe, comment, like, do whatever you want. I don't care. I'm going to go get drunk. Bye.